Hi, Pocket. I'm making this video as an invitation, so if you're seeing this video, even if you're not one of the people I've sent it to directly, consider yourself invited. Around 8 months ago, I picked up a new game, Final Fantasy XI, and I played for 500 hours. While I'm by no means an expert, I had a lot of fun with it. I learned a lot along the way, leveling up my monk to max level, and surpassing all of my limit break quests. The world is vast and resources are limited, so I enjoyed finding my way through the liminal hills of Gustaberg and beyond. That's right, liminal. I played for 2 months entirely by myself without making a single friend. I didn't meet many people beyond a simple emote interaction, since most players only speak Japanese, and the player base is comparatively small when looking at other MMOs. I truly loved playing and learning Final Fantasy XI, despite the isolation of it all, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't wear me down. I am innately a reclusive person. If you know me, you know I tend to fade out quickly. Making new friends is a rare occurrence for me, and I tend to pull away from friendships too often. I tell myself that it'd be better not to be a trouble, and I assure myself that a quiet life is the best kind. In a world so loud and full, it can feel like there's no space left. Everything's already figured out and accounted for. Part of that is why I enjoyed Final Fantasy XI to begin with, but it's also why I couldn't stay. But that changes now. In making this video, I'm deciding to take a stand, reclaim my corporeal form, so to speak, and return to the waking world, daunting as that sounds. I'm returning to Vana'diel, the world of Final Fantasy XI, and I invite you to join me, either through watching, offering advice if you're a veteran, or coming online to play the game with me as well. Living, breathing, it's a scary and imposing prospect, but I want to live, and I sort of miss how it feels to speak, so I'll give it another try. This video, and the others I plan to make, will mainly be documenting my experiences on the game as I return and start over. I hope they can be fun or even helpful. Something like a trail guide if you want to follow in my footsteps, a field report as I venture back into these somewhat familiar, if esoteric and decrepit lands. I'll be following a wiki guide I used last time, though a little looser this time now that I more vaguely know my way around. In making these videos, I hope to feel a little less alone than I did last time, and if you're watching this, then that is already the reality. I thank you for that, and I hope you can gain some enjoyment from watching my efforts. In whichever fashion you choose, I appreciate you accepting my invitation. So let's stop beating around the bush and get to it. Wow, handsome. So that one's obviously making our character, and one thing I do know, my goodness, these characters in this little customizer right here look a lot more handsome, beautiful, than they actually are in the game. There are thankfully resources to let you know, like, hey, this is what this face actually looks like, you know? But they do all have these little cutscenes where they're like running around like, oh, look. Don't trip. Whatever you do, don't... he didn't listen to me. They don't make it easy, do they? Well, he's just leaving. I'd love to see your face that I'm customizing. Let me in. Now you're gonna be a little mysterious, huh? Okay, there. Got face 2. See, this face looks beautiful, right? No earring, beautiful ear, kind of like a handsome Kingdom Hearts-ish boy. But you see him in game, kind of ugly, and also has an earring. In that ear, right there, that ear has an earring. I kind of wish he'd stop running, so I can see what he looks like. It's insane to me with how many hair customizations we have in Final Fantasy XIV now. That 11's like, you get 8 faces. Each one has a different hair color. Enjoy, figure it out. But I guess that goes to show that you go different places for different meals. If you want to have steak for dinner, you don't go to a pizza place. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a radish person. Now this fella looks like a hard worker, don't they? This fella looks like they get the job done. Next is picking your starting job, which isn't too hard, because you can job swap very easily while in city, so don't worry. The guide I'm following recommends warrior or thief, and I do too for ease of use. It's what I did last time. But I wanted to learn something new this time, since it's my second time starting, so I chose black mage. After you complete character creation and name your character, next is choosing a server. Currently on Final Fantasy XI, a lot of the population is lumped into a couple of the big main servers, like Asura, Bahamut, Odin, and Phoenix, each with over 10,000 active players each. For my Tarutaru here, I chose Cerberus, which, from the auction house database, has the current fewest active player count at 3.6k. We won't be seeing people that often out in the world or even in cities, but that's okay. More room for us to grow, and it'll be like our own little private server. We can think like we're making our own little outpost. Up next is picking your starting city. I chose Bastok, but you get to go to all of them eventually. Bastok's my favorite. We'll see here that some of my plugins and add-ons load in first once we're done with character creation. These are kind of just like an experience bar and some nice information on screen that I like to have. And I'll list the ones that I'm using in the description. There we are. In the Gustaberg Mountains of South Quan lies the Compared to with its legendary nights and winters with its ancient, Bastok is still a newborn nation. Okay, like me, I'm a baby. But advanced technology and near limitless underground resources allow Bastok to rival the other two nations of power. Adventurers seeking fame and fortune flock to the rising nations like Bastok. You are one of them. Is that a cactus? Pesky goom. Oh, you're racist? You're not from around here either. No use denying it. I can smell it.
Huh?
You don't want to get hurt. Turn around and go back to where you came from. No need to be rude. Thanks, Goomba. Goomba's got my back. I always trust a Goomba. What's this cactus? Why is this thick cactus running circles around us?
I'm coming for you!
The cactus just ran at the camera. Help me find a friend of mine. First house down the road through that big arch. What is the Gubo booty in my face? Take this. It's an adventure coupon. Arva should give you money for it. She's standing around. You're the general. Okay, I'm looking for Arva. Okay, so we have our big chat at the bottom. Oh my goodness. Arva, there you are. Hi. I'm charged with the task of novice adventurers. What would you like to know? Oh no! I need to trade with you. Forgot how to do that. No, I don't want to talk. Commands. Commands. Enter. Wrong one. Alright, we've reached the first hurdle. I'm struggling. Dash. Oh, I found it. For me, it's my dash by my numpad. Wait. Get the... I've got a coupon for you, maiden. You'd also do well to speak with a man named Gulldago. After I got done chasing around a few of the weird local creatures that are probably part of some event going on right now. Here. Okay. But you. I didn't go straight to Gulldago for the next part. I actually ran around and registered some of the home points and the survival guide in Bastok. These are both extremely useful things and we'll be seeing them a lot. These are our fast travel points that we can teleport between. Home points, these crystals, usually show up in cities and safe areas, whereas survival guides tend to be out in the field or near dungeons. These do show up on the map, and they'll slowly fade in and out if you haven't collected them yet. Just talking to it will register the point and then you're all done. Well, now that we've gotten all of our crystals, let's open up our menu here. Go to quest. We'll go to objective list, records of imminence, and tutorial. First steps forward. Speak to one of the following records of imminence people looking for Isakoth in the Bastok market. Go ahead and start that. And that's this fella right here. By doing this little quest, we unlock the records of eminence fully, which are extremely useful. ROE is a big long list of objectives that we can access all at once, some of which are repeatable, some are weekly or daily, so on. These will reward us with lots of items, experience, and sparks, which can help us get gear and money. We should get familiar with going to the quests from our menu and navigating to records of eminence, or ROE, because we'll be going to it very often. As we can see, it says 1 of 30, as to say we can only have 30 of these active at once to keep us from turning on the entire list. There's a ton of menus to go through here, but most of them aren't too important. I turned on the ones listed on screen because they're easy for us to complete early and recommended by the wiki guide I'm following. It's important to activate them because a lot of these objectives won't complete even if you were to fulfill the requirements while the ROE isn't activated. For example, there's a generic one just to vanquish enemies, right? If you don't have that active, it won't count the enemies you're killing even if you kill them. And even if you activate it afterwards, it's not going to count those ones. That one is repeatable though, so you can just kind of leave it on, and every 200 enemies or so, you'll get a nice little bonus. After talking to Gulldago, he wants us to get a signet cast on us, which is a good first tip. These I am wolf guys by the door, I'm not sure what they are in other cities, will be able to cast signet on you if you just ask them to. And signet is a 4-hour long buff that you should basically have on any time. It's only going to apply to your certain area, so I have the signet for Bastok right now, but this is going to give me faster healing, it's going to give me better drops. I think it lets me get crystals from enemies. After that, once you talk to Gulldago again, he'll give you some jerky, and then his next quest is to see if you can eat it, which is a weird test to ask anybody. But he probably just made the jerky. I think he wants to see if we like the jerky. The jerky's pretty good. I did it, Gulldago. After Gulldago sees that we're capable of eating food, we're allowed to go outside. Our next quest for him is going to be to get a weapon skill, which happens when we get our weapon proficiency up to level 5. Unfortunately, because I'm playing a caster, I was leveling up my spell proficiency, which wasn't giving me a weapon skill, so I needed to beat things with my staff a little bit to unlock that at level 5. If you're playing a martial class, it'll be a lot easier because you'll just be building it up by punching and smacking stuff anyway. It's what you do. I also took this opportunity to run down and go to my first field manual. So this is how we access Fields of Valor, or FOV, is one of the ROEs we activated before. These are sort of like bounties, repeatable bounties like I was talking about earlier, where you activate it, you go to a page, you tell it what you want to fight, and then it will give you a bounty for it. So, for example, here I selected the first page of this field manual, and it said to defeat 6 bees. I set it to repeat, so now whenever I beat 6 bees, which I'm going to be fighting anyways to level up my weapon skill and to get experience, I'll get another bonus from the field manual. Okay, we're just about out of MP. Might need to start hitting things by hand. You see, every time we hit, not every time, sometimes we miss and sometimes it's not. But when we hit with the stick, we usually see our staff skill go up. Oh, I'm not great. That's another nice thing is as the staff skill goes up, we will see that my accuracy with it also goes up significantly. Nice hit. Oh, staff skills level 1. We're locked in. Nice. So last time I played Thief to start out? Or Monk? I'm not sure. But I didn't have to deal with MP almost at all. But this whole leveling process is significantly simpler if you just choose one of the melee classes. But I think we could switch to. I'm pretty sure we could just switch. I don't think we have to do anything to unlock them. I think we just have those base. Kind of feel like for now we should be going with a one stone whack with the stick strategy. One stone and pull out the stick. Smooth like butter. Nice. Bam. Level that staff up. Heavy swing, we got it. So this, instead of using MP, is going to use TP, which we've been building up while we fight. I shouldn't do this. I'll do this on a fresh B. This thing's gonna whack. But from these chests, we did get gear. Okay, so we're dressed. We're looking great. So as we fight, we build up TP, and we can use TP on weapon skills. If you're a martial class, this is gonna be way more your thing. And you can cast them the moment you have 1,000 TP, but you'll keep generating TP up to 3,000. And it just keeps scaling up the weapon skill. So this is a 3,000 heavy swing that I didn't use because it juked me on foot. So I didn't get a chance to show it off because the bee juked me so hard. But what I was talking about with the scaling of the weapon skill based on the amount of TP you have, it's actually really useful to look up for specific weapon skills how the scaling works. So for example, something that generically does damage, like the heavy swing I have, if we look it up, it scales off of my strength, and at 1000 TP, it deals 100% damage, normal damage. At 2000, it deals 25% more, and at 3000, it deals a little over double. The thing is that because it costs twice as much and 3 times as much TP, but we're not getting twice as much or 3 times as much damage, this is actually a weapon skill that I probably want to use every 1000 TP. I don't want to wait to get up to 3000. Whereas some other weapon skills scale a lot harder, or interestingly, if it's a weapon skill that applies a debuff or a DOT, sometimes those scale in effectiveness or duration. So it's important to know. For example, I had a weapon skill for hand-to-hand when I was playing Monk on my last character that was called Shoulder Tackle. It stuns the target, and the chance of its success goes up significantly with TP. So I have a choice there. If I want to guarantee a stun or get closer to that, then I save up TP for it. But if I really need to cancel an ability right now, I can go for it on 1000 TP. Having the choice and seeing the difference is an interesting decision that even melees get to have. Once we're level 5 and we return to the city, it's going to ask if we want to start the Rhapsodies of Vanadil. So this quest is the quest. This is the quest chain, kind of, I think of it like main story quest MSQ of this game. The rewards from Rhapsodies are huge account-wide, things like experience boosts, teleport cost reductions, super valuable stuff. But it requires you to have done a bit of the other campaigns as well. So it's going to be important that we do a little bit of each expansion along the way. I'm going to try to focus on completing Rhapsodies because I want to get those experience boosts and nice account-wide things like greater trust system, team size, but we haven't gotten there yet. The point is, this is our main quest, and we're getting the opportunity to look at the first cutscene for it now. It's up to you whether you want to watch it, but it is important. Before heading back to Gulldago, I wanted to do one more thing. Unlock the trust system. This is one of my favorite parts of Final Fantasy XI, and it makes solo play a lot more viable. What this lets us do is summon NPCs to help fill out the rest of our party. To unlock this, you'll have to go to your city's starting trust NPC once you're level 5. I hit level 9 with the stone stick smacking with the bees, so we're good there. I just had to talk to Naji, who gives you your first trust ability, head outside, summon him, and then come back in. That not work? Not want it? Okay. Do we need to go back to Naji? Wait, we might have to go back to Naji. Alright. Once it's complete, we'll have a few chain objectives that we can complete in our ROE. We complete these just by summoning the trust unit and then going to collect the other one by trading our trust NPC the Cypher. This gives us some useful starting units to decide between for our early team. Here's a few cool things I know and like about trust NPCs. They actually have some complex interactions with each other. Some of them will check your party composition for other trust units you have or roles you're playing, and choose certain playstyles instead, with some tank trusts choosing to play off tank when it's available. Another thing I think is really cool is that even if you're in a party with other players, you can still fill the empty slots of your party with trust units. That means even if none of your friends are tanking, you can always force Valaneral or whoever else to do it for you. And if no one wants to heal, you can get a trust chump to do it as well. Very nice. And I'm sure there's more to them than that I also don't know. So if you know any cool facts about trust units, let me know. I am always excited to learn more. Collecting these ciphers and turning them into this guy is something we're going to be doing a lot as we unlock more trust units through the story or through events and stuff. So this is something that we will get very familiar with. Because trust units are so different, getting new ones kind of feels like collecting new Pokemon to me. It's really cool, really exciting, and I find it way more fun than stuff like mount collecting in 14, because all of those mounts are functionally identical. Of course, there's the ones that can hold multiple people, but those are rarer, and there isn't really much use for it anyway. Whatever. Now we can finally go back to Gulldago and turn in our quests that we had to get level 5 the weapon skill for, which is kind of a while ago now, but that's okay. His next quest is to do the Records of Imminence stuff we already did, and his next quest is to head over and touch the table at the auction house. Easy, easy. After that, he gives us a conquest promotion voucher, which will let us go over to the wolf guy over here and get an experience ring. So these rings are really useful. You activate them to sort of give yourself a experience buff for a while. They do have a max amount of experience they can give, and there's pros and cons to each of them. But if you want to get the most possible experience, you want to go with the Empress Band. The ring comes with 7 charges, and you can recharge it at this guy once a week. So it's unfortunately one of those things that I think, oh wow, this is so useful, and then I never use it because I'm saving it for when it would be more useful. So I should really be more frugal with it, less frugal with it, whatever. You get it. Next quest is to get level 5, which we already did. Gulldago gives us the Raising Earring, which is nice. It lets us cast an ability of re-raise on ourselves, so that if we die, we come back. It is temporary, but if we can predict our own death a little bit, it could save us some time. The 7th quest from Gulldago wants us to learn Trust Magic, which we also already did, and it gives us a Warp Ring. So with the Warp Ring, we cast it by, once it's equipped, we go to our items, Warp Ring, select ourselves. I'm going to select this home point, because this is my favorite. There's one in Juno I like more, but for now, this is the one we'll use. Set this as your home point. Perfect. Now if we Warp Ring, you're right back there. Example, Warp Ring you on me. I gotta find it in my pocket. Sorry, I lost it already, apparently. Nice. Here we are, 2 feet away from where we used it. It does go on a 10-minute cooldown, but it has infinite charges. Gulldago's next quest is to go try out the survival guide. So he wants us to run out into the world and then use the survival guide to teleport back to the one we already have in town. Easy peasy. Well, it is kind of a run, so I'll speed it up, but easy, tedious. There it is, survival guide. The Bastok mines. Oh. One-time free warp for the objective. Thank goodness. I do not have enough tabs for them. So our next quest is to reach level 18. So we are not there yet. Since we can't progress with Gulldago anymore right now, I went over here and used this NPC to unlock the Unity system. Unity is another way we can get currency, their accolades, and we have to join a faction. So these sort of factions have a leader unit who, once we have enough Unity points, will be summonable by us. Some of these unities, from what I'm reading, are much more useful and valuable generally than others. For example, we don't really have a strong healer right now for our trust, but if we get Aparuru or Yoran Oran, we will... Both of those are strong, viable healers. So probably pick one of these two is what I would recommend, but there are a lot of options and they're all cool units. Let's grab Aparuru. Yes. So we won't be able to summon right now, but it'll give us more Record of Eminence quests we can pick up for our unit that let us get Unity points that are gonna let us summon our person. And now that we've unlocked Unity, we can start progressing with something else. Remember to go through your ROE and go to the Unity page to pick up whatever Unity missions you want going on in the background. There's usually one for vanquishing enemies, and that's pretty easy. Now we're making our way over to start our quests for our main city. These are unique to the city, so I don't know what the other ones are, but for all of them, you're just going to go to a gate guard, a guard at the gate, and talk to them, and they're kind of your quest dispensers for your city quests. There are 9 chapters. These are pretty long. They go on for a while. I think they end around level 50. I'm not sure. But we will have these to do for a while. And we need to complete a certain amount of them before we can even start our Rhapsodies event deal. Remember, that's our main quest. That's what we're going for. So when you're ready, you can head over to a gate guard, like I'm doing here, and pick up your first quest. This is, for me, it's Bastok 1-1, Chapter 1, Part 1. And our first quest here has 3 parts. But before we go, it is important to pick up a map, because for this first mission, they want me to go to the Zarun Mines, which is not far away, but you do actually have to buy maps for other places. It's the Bastok one that is the only one you get by default. So there is a map merchant in each city for Bastok here. It's Max. It took me a minute to find him, talk to everybody else around him, but it's just gonna cost gil. It's really not that much gil in the long term. You end up being able to dump a bunch of money and just get every map. But for now, it's kind of breaking the bank for me. First time I played, I went to the mines and I did not have a map. And I got very, very lost. Thankfully, this little add-on, I think it's an add-on or a plugin, little mini-map I have in the bottom right, it'll show whether or not you have a map, which is kind of cheap. But at the same time, you Google the map. And maps do kind of feel weird because at a certain point, they're all cheap. Once you have enough gil, you just kind of buy all of them. So it's weird, it's a little tedious, but it becomes an afterthought eventually. We're just in the stages where it's not an afterthought. So first of all, Valenerol, one of the ones that you get always is amazing. Actually insanely powerful. This guy will destroy things. Basically on his own. He's a legend. Adelheid is our healer for now. And past that, whoever you fill with your last party slots, we can only have a party of 4, but don't worry, it will expand. And on our way into the mines, pick up the survival guide. Always pick up the survival guide. This Shantoro, by the way, is incredibly powerful. This is a trust unit that sometimes shows up in the monthlies. Are these bats strong? Again, we're going to use flash check. Seems incredibly tough. We might be able to kill it. Because Valeneral is very strong. Valeneral's dead. Disengage. Disengage. Oh. I was wrong. I'm dead. That's sad. I should not have. Why did I hit them? Hopefully that's not your first perception of our dear Valeneral. Because Valeneral, I'm telling you, that man can go to town. Whatever going to town means. He could take you back from town. These animals are scaring me. But Valeneral loves to use this ability the moment combat starts. I know, but Valeneral always does it. It's a gigantic AoE. It's so strong. The Valeneral, for now, he's a must pick in the party. He is a paladin. And if you think, oh, wow, Valeneral looks so cool. That's a really great and strong character. I would love to fulfill that fantasy myself. Then unlock paladin, level up, unlock paladin, be my Valeneral. You can. You're allowed. There you are, Makari. My report is ready. Be careful on your way out. You want me to go back to Naji? Well. I'll just warp ring out. Hold on, I have to find it in my pocket. Hold on, I lost it. It's in my pocket somewhere. Wait, I think I'm finding it. It's not. There it is. Naji, I did it. I did it and I didn't die to the bats. I can believe it. That was an alternate universe. AU. Fanfiction. Wasn't real. Given the report. Some important Nepo baby comes down the stairs. Maybe Sir Lucius is cool. I'm judging. Hey, are you a gate guard? Yeah! Sweet. So we can pick up quests from here. Alright, now we're on Bastok 2-1. Or 1-2. 1-2, 1-2. Wasn't that easy? We did the first one. We didn't even die. That was so easy. We're gonna go talk to Sid now. Oh, spoilers. Mr. Siddhartha? Oh, check this out. This is Invincible Shield. Very cool looking Galka, right? Say something cool to me, mister. What? You think you're man enough to join our nation's conflict forces? Why, you're still a worthless maggot that hasn't done squat for the Republic. Come back when your rank is at least higher than your IQ. I'm pretty sure ranks only go up to 10. Dumbass. Okay. So this cool looking Galka who just insulted me for no reason. So if you joined the Invincible Shield Unity, you could summon them once you have enough Unity points. Pretty cool. Yeah, what do you want? I'm a little busy right now. Nobody's got time for me. So again, these quests are going to be different if you choose a different starting city. But they'll lead us to the same ends. We only have to do so much of our city's quests to progress in Rhapsodies. Rhapsodies of Manadil, that's what we want to do. So we're not going to do all of it, just enough. Gives us a blue acidity tester. I've got 200 gil in my pocket. 200 gil. With that much gil, I don't even need a belt to hold my pants up. So we're going to... Waffy? Waffy? Am I just making noises? No. This is what it's called. Dangrif Wadi. Dangrif Wadi. Wadi. Yes. Perfect. We're going up to a geyser. A geyser. Don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me, don't attack me. Geyser, geyser, geyser. Yes! Oh man. That goblin wanted a piece. You're on important business. Check. Seems incredibly tough. I learned my lesson. Planar rift? What I'm looking for? Okay. Your presence does not seem to elicit a reaction. Same thing happens when I try to talk to people. Sometimes it works. Oh. Interesting situation. Hi, Trey-chan. It's nice to meet you, Trey-chan. I'm gonna go. Okay, before we return, let's inspect something very useful. We're gonna talk to Isakoth. This is our, they called our ROE? Records of Eminence. I'm only gonna forget that another 40 times. The Records of Eminence, and then we'll talk, and so you see we have sparks. Exchange for what? We have 4,950 sparks. We can go in here, do levels 1 through 9, and we can get equipment. So we can get like a staff, a better staff. Gives us int, mind. I assume the int and mind are good. It's level 9, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Okay, and so a really nice thing about this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up this fist weapon, let's say. A nice thing about sparks, that you can sell them to vendors. You don't ever have to worry about wasting sparks, because anything that you end up with a lot of sparks, and anything that you're no longer using, go ahead and just sell and convert it to gift. I think we were supposed to get our thing done when we went up the geyser. Unless we did, and I'm crazy. Key items? Temporary key items? Red! Oh, we did. Oh, so the moment we went up the geyser, we actually got it. I know I kept running around and I got myself killed, but we did it. I did it and I didn't die, not once. Alright, these NPCs are cool people, but in case you didn't know this about me already, I'm a certified cutscene skipper. Okay? There are some important beats that I'll pick up on, but it's mainly from context. You can imagine that my protagonist is blind, deaf, and not paying attention at any given point. At this point, I decided that I need some more money so that I can buy maps and spells, because I can get higher level spells now. So I went to Isakoth because buying things for sparks and then selling them to the merchant is a really good way to make early money. But it turns out you can't actually sell the level 99 stuff. You have to do other stuff. And I spent 3,000 sparks on that, which in the long term is not going to be that bad, but in the short term is pretty devastating. It's okay. I did end up getting something I can sell, and then getting 10,000 gil, which is very helpful. Okay, that's 10,000 gil. That's a good little stimulus check. That's nice. There you go. Okay, these are cheap. Like, I'm covering my elements. I got poison, I got blind. So the next quest is our first real challenge. Bastok 1-3 has us go to Paulboro Mines to get 4 Fetich pieces. Not fetish, Fetich. These are kind of a difficult drop, and the enemies are a little strong for our level, so we'll be relying on our trust system a lot. We pick up a map, and then we head straight there. And we're not messing around. Belaneral, now you're gonna get to see the man in action. What? Oh, okay. That scared me. I don't think we can get what we... Guys? There you go, Belaneral. Look at him. He killed them all. Ah. So we have a map. So one of the issues with the trust system is that they won't engage in combat unless I physically hit something with my weapon. It seems like casting spells also doesn't tell them to do things. And obviously enemies hitting me also doesn't tell them to do things. So if I engage an enemy in combat and that enemy hits me first, they don't care. They'll just watch it happen. Maybe I can kill. I'm strong. My spells do 70% of their health? Belaneral, get him! Belaneral! Yeah, that's my guy. AoE reached the hair? Belaneral, that's huge! I'm just gonna go ahead and start combat. The Belaneral doesn't think about it for too long. There you go, buddy. Let the Blade of the Conqueror once again bring glory to the kingdom, he says every single time he uses that ability. And he uses it very often. Oh, isn't he wonderful? It's bringing glory. It's bringing glory. Bringing experience. Elevator on a river, how precarious. You could have put the elevator anywhere else, and it wouldn't be over water. Now, in order to get the Fetich pieces, you have to make it to this elevator and go to the top floor, where there are stronger Quadavs. These ones are definitely tough, they're really tanky, but, you know, we need them, so... Mana allows spellcasting without using MP? Oh, this is so cool. I can't believe I forgot to tell you this until now. Every class, every job, has a 1 hour cooldown ability. It's like an ult. It's gonna be your first job ability. And it's extremely powerful. Every class has something different, something awesome, okay? It's sweet. For Monk, it was, your auto attack has no cooldown. So you would just go crazy. Your auto attacks would just pummel things. Yeah, so every job, so whatever job you play, you're gonna have some sweet ability. Every hour, which I should honestly use, because it's every hour, you know? Crystal? The home point down there. I wonder if I can get there right now. I'll try. Oh, and we got the legs. We got the legs. Fetich legs. Perfect. Maybe I blind it. Why don't I be useful? That'd be pretty cool. That worked. Think that did anything? Belaneral's dead. Tunnel. Belaneral, come back. Whew. Got him. Go, 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 grab the crystal. Go, go, go. Home point. Ah. Very good. Here we got the torso, we got the legs. Wait for my MP back. Sit here. Whoa, I did not mean to upskirt. Oh, I'm in trouble. I was just trying to get a good angle on my little fella. MPs, get up. Oh my gosh. That was a bunch of damn... Oh no. Explain this to me. How did that happen? Items? Crazy ring? Where did those guys come from? And I'd like to ask where they go without invoking, you know? What was that? Is it a flash mob? Is it a scheduled thing? Have your permit? I'm gonna Karen all those Quadavs. You need something to be here! Can't just do this! Did I not get it at some point and just miss it? No, I am missing one. Get it done. This is the one. This is the one. I can feel it, and I'm not coping. This isn't a cope. That's it. Right there. Fetich. It's not it. Oh, I got a new thing! Enhances the accuracy. Next spell. What's the cooldown on that? 10 minutes? There must be some low accuracy spells. Is it gone? It's gone! Well hit. Oh, I guess... Wait, I'm thinking. If there was a spell that was on a really long cooldown, that you're like, I do not want this to... because it's down forever. You know what I mean? I could totally get you. Fellas. So we just... If I'm casting spells, you guys are like, ah, whatever. You know? It's like, ah, whatever. I appreciate it. They think that I'm that powerful. They think that I'm him. I'm not. Come on. Hit him. Come on. Guys. Alright. If I was saying that that one didn't tilt me a little bit, I'd be lying. What happened was I got rooted so that I couldn't move by one of the Quadavs, and I wasn't in a position where I could attack, so I just died. After I was done getting farmed by the Quadavs, when I was really supposed to be farming the Quadavs, I looked up some information. Turns out Quadavs drop water crystals. At least the ones I was fighting. And water enemies are weak to lightning. At level 16, I was able to buy a scroll that taught me Shock, a lightning damage over time spell that also decreases an enemy's mind stat. This means I could exploit an elemental weakness of an enemy. Isn't that exciting? As somebody who put 5,000 hours into Final Fantasy XIV, I get it. This might sound like a completely foreign concept, but when a spell or weapon skill in 11 says it deals a certain kind of damage, whether it's fire or light or lightning or physical, that's actually a meaningful piece of information. Another fact is about the days of the week. On FF11, there's 8 in-game days of the week, and on specific days, magic of that type gain a 10% potency increase. Pretty cool, huh? There isn't just a million abilities that all interchangeably do homogenized, unaspected potency. That'd be really lame and uninspired, I think, to scrub that kind of individuality and expression out over time. I don't know, I think that'd be really sad for everything to end up really formulaic and, you know, scripted. I think that it just sounds like a really sad idea. I hope that's never happened. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell, and then I'm leading in with the stick. Let the squad know. There we go. Sick 'em, sick 'em. That now I can do this, because they know we're in combat. So me doing something like that where like, oh, I'm gonna add an extra target into the fight, totally fine. There's the head! I got the head! We did it! Use a celebratory shining strike. Hiya! Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful 100 damage shining strike. Great job, everybody. And then we're gonna get out. We're gonna warp ring. On myself. Oh, am I just digging in my pocket? Yeah, hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna find it. It's right there. Head, and here's a torso, arms, and here's legs. Right? Sister? Is it you? Hello? Oh, I didn't accept the mission. My apologies. Here I was, being weird. Raising you to rank 2 for completing this mission. Get ready for this graphic. This is sick. You're gonna love it. So now, in order to get new missions, I have to go get crystals, which thankfully we have a lot of because we've been killing monsters with our signet on. Rank 2. Ba, 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 ba. Pretty sick, right? We did it. And they gave us 1,000 gil just to pay back some of our death fees. Alright. For now, I'm gonna take a break. But we got a lot done. We did everything. We started our, I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna remember it again the moment Records of Eminence. We started all of that. And we did Bastok's 1, Bastok 2, Bastok 3. And that's completed 1, so we're on, next quest is Bastok 2-1. But I think we can start Rhapsody. I'm fairly sure we can start Rhapsody. Makes me happy. But we'll see. There's a lot more to do. A lot more to go. And there's a lot of people I still have to meet. So hopefully you're one of them. To those who made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you very much. I'll be linking to the guides and things I'm using in the description. Thank you for accepting my invitation, and I look forward to seeing what we can make of our little outpost here, far from the busy world. Until next time, good luck, goodbye, and good night.